I just got back from a business trip, and I don't know about you, but I just can't take it anymore with all these extra charges and fees whenever you go somewhere or buy something. Nothing comes without an extra convenience charge or processing fee. Tips are demanded at self-checkouts, and you can't get a hotel without a cleaning charge. Nothing seems to truly sell at its advertised cost anymore, and I think we know who to blame for this bonus fee mess. Ticketmaster. I recently read about a guy who got revenge with the corporate overlords at Ticketmaster after seeing a $23 charge for email confirmation for his concert ticket.
Hold up, $23 for an email?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. So he called Ticketmaster to find out. What's this fee again? Ticketmaster is basically the final boss of junk fees. You want to see a concert? Cool. That'll be $80 for the ticket, $25 convenience fee, $10 processing fee, a $3 you sneezed while checking out fee. Oh yeah, and you printed them yourself on your own printer using your own ink?
Ooh, yeah,
That's gonna cost you too. It's the financial equivalent of a video game microtransaction store. You don't even realize you've spent $300 until it's too late. Even Pearl Jam, multi-platinum rock legends, tried to fight them back in the 90s. They refused to play Ticketmaster venues. They took their case to Congress. And you know what happened? They couldn't even organize a tour. Ticketmaster has exclusive deals with concert venues everywhere. So if Pearl Jam couldn't beat them, what's one guy who buys a ticket now and then gonna do, right? Well, let me tell you about John Palmer, a programmer from Utah. He's your average guy trying to buy tickets from Ticketmaster because, where else can you go? He gets to the checkout page and there it is, a charge that makes him stop dead in his tracks. It says, email confirmation, $23. Not a shipping fee, not a VIP lounge pass, just an email. Now, technically, it wasn't really a $23 email fee. Something like that would trigger a class action lawsuit. But because of their genius web design, the phrase email confirmation lined up on the same text line as the convenience fee and looked like they were charging him $23 to send a PDF. Now that's what's called a dark pattern, a shady design trick to confuse you into thinking fees are normal.
Man, I'm almost afraid to check my last receipt. Wonder what I paid for that I didn't notice.
Right? That's the thing with these junk fees. You don't even spot them until your wallet's already lost the fight. But John? He wasn't having it. Mr. Palmer knew he was facing a juggernaut. This was more than just David versus Goliath. This was an ant versus a steamroller. He knew there was little he could do to stop this extra fee hell as just one person. If Stone Gossett and Jeff Ament couldn't get Congress to help, what was a software engineer from Utah going to do to stop it? Well, some heroes wear capes. Others, they take a slightly different approach. His first step was to contact customer support to see if the charge was a mistake or an error with the UI. He asked if the fee could be refunded. They refused his refund, saying he agreed to it when he clicked confirm. This was the basis for his entire strategy. You see, during that call, John advised the support rep on how the website coding could be fixed so that it was less confusing to future users. Then, he sent Ticketmaster a bill. A $500 consulting fee for his time spent on the phone with customer support, advising them how to not scam their customers. This, of course, was a long shot. He knew they likely wouldn't pay him, but it set up the next part of his plan. He resent the bill, but this time, he marked it final notice. He still fully expected to be ignored. He knew all along that the $500 bill was a pipe dream and would never be paid in full. It just set up the paper trail necessary to kick off the final part of his plan. Send the bill to collections.
You mean like a real bill collector?
Exactly. Collection agencies are normally hired by large companies, utilities, and contractors to chase down overdue debt. The collectors buy the outstanding debt for a fraction of the amount owed. Then, they relentlessly badger the debtor with phone calls, letters, even file a claim against the person or company who owes them money. But here's the catch. These companies will buy debt from anyone, so long as they can show a paper trail, documentation that a debt was actually claimed. With the debt collector on their backs, Ticketmaster now had two options. First, pay the debt, or go through the dispute process, all while dealing with the bureaucracy of collections. John sold his final invoice to a collection agency, then he wrote all about it online. He had a blog, it's scrubbed from the internet now unfortunately, where he posted an article that he titled, "How I Sent a Collection Agency After Ticketmaster." It ended up getting shared all across web forums of the day. Tech blogs picked it up, even some consumer rights agencies shared his story on their website. And of course, the anti-Ticketmaster crowd considered him a folk hero. With the story going viral, and likely after getting calls from a bloodhound collector, Ticketmaster finally responded to John. They offered him his $23 back.
Yeah, fat chance of that, huh?
Yeah, he refused their offer and let them suffer the consequences of being berated by some rude bill collector. In John's own words, "I didn't think I'd win any money. I just wanted to show them how dumb their own system is." Ticketmaster didn't change their website. They didn't lower their fees. In fact, they've only gotten worse since then. But that wasn't the point. John Palmer didn't want reform. He wanted revenge. He made them feel the exact kind of administrative nonsense they subject their own customers to every single day. John didn't take down the system, but he did hold up a mirror for the system to see just how ridiculous it is. And who knows? If enough of us start sending invoices for nonsense fees, maybe the next boss battle ends a little bit differently. And speaking of battles that end a little differently, next time I'll tell you about a quiet inventor who didn't get his big payday while he was alive, but still managed to stick it to a corporate giant from beyond the grave. And his weapon of choice? Not a lawsuit, not a collection agency, just a Pringles can.